my dear students. I'm your Shresham. I'm back again here to explain you your lesson number 10, students. I hope that you are going to understand this chapter very properly, student, because this chapter is very interesting. It is about forest and wildlife. So what is your chapter name, student? Your chapter name is Forest and Wildlife. You all know, students, forest. What is forest, students? Forest is having many big trees and many dense trees are there. Okay, and wildlife in that forest, due to dense trees and no people is going in the forest because of the animals, so there are the wildlife. So the wild animals live there, big animals are there, so we are not able to go in the forest. So we have to study today in the chapter Forest and Wildlife. Students, first we have to study that what do forests give us, okay, and why we call it forest, because forest is the home of all the animals like birds and all living animals are there in the forest. Next is because the forest is having many big trees, so we are getting the wood from there. Wood is also known as the timber. Next, student, if we are getting the wood, student, then we will make paper from the wood. So here forest is very important for making paper. Then it controls floods also. What do the forest do, students? Forest controls the floods. When huge flood is there, students, because the roots are fixed in the sand very properly in the forest, so it absorbs the water and the rivers are not affecting the people very much which are living near the forest. So students, we have to study about which types of forest are there and what are the speciality of the trees in the forest. First is the evergreen forest. What is it, student? First point is the evergreen forest. Student, just look on the whiteboard, student. The evergreen forest are the forest from the heading only evergreen, means every time green. It is remain green throughout the year, students. It is found in hot regions. Hot regions because when region is hot, more evaporation is there, more rain is there. So rain and hot temperature both are there. That is why the trees remain evergreen throughout the year. So here some woods are found there which is very valuable. Then ebony, mahogany and rosewood are the trees which are found in the forest region. Next is what, student? Deciduous forest. What is this, student? Deciduous forest. Deciduous forest shed their leaves in summer season, student. Then the wood is very useful of deciduous forest. The wood of deciduous forest are used to make furniture. It means it is very strong. So sal, sesame and teak are the trees by which we are making the furnitures. Okay, student. Then thorny forest. We are having the thorny forest. In this forest you will see, student, thorns are there. Thorns, you know in Hindi, kaante. Okay, so it looks like a thorns and have long roots. It is looking like a thorn, but it is going deep inside the sand and it is having very long roots. It is found mainly in Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, etc. Okay, student. Then the main trees which are found here are babool, cactus and kikar. Okay. Next is what, student? Tidal forest. Tidal forest, student. Tidal forest is found where the deltas of Ganga, Mahanadi, Godavari is there. Here, student, one very good tree is found, Sundari, and mangrove tree is the speciality of these Ganga, Mahanadi and Godavari delta. Next is what, student? Coniferous forest. Next is coniferous forest. It is coniferous forest are found in the Himalayan mountain parts. They are needle shaped leaf. Okay, cheer, deodar, fir and spruce are some trees which are found in the coniferous forest. Now, students, we have to read the conservation of forest, student. Okay, Sundarlal Bahuguna was a man, student, which has convinced the people to stop cutting the trees for their purpose. So if you will not conserve forest, if you will start cutting the forest, the animals which are living in the forest will die, and our oxygen will also very less, so we are not able to survive very properly. So that is why the conservation of forest is very important, student. Next topic in your book is what, student? Wildlife. If you will not protect wildlife, student, how the animals will live in the forest? Many animals are endangered now, very less animals are there. Some special animals are very less, they are endangered. So if you all want to save your forest, if you want to save your animals, you have to stop cutting the forest for your benefits. Okay, student, I am going to show you the book, student. Just you have to read in the book, like here, student, it is there. Some important forests are there. Kaziranga National Park is there, and Manas Sanctuary is there. Some Gir Forest, Ranthambore, and Jim Corbett National Parks are there, students. Okay, all these are the wildlife, means wildlife are there. So here the animals and the forest are found there. All right, student. Now everything I have explained you, students, in the chapter. Now, students, your homework, I am going to explain you. Your homework is, student, to revise the chapter very properly, and you have to go through the topics of the forest and wildlife very properly. Very less things were there, all students, to explain you. I hope that you will read this chapter and you will understand this chapter very properly, student. Okay, now I have to over my August course. Only one lesson is left, student. That I will come in my next class and I am going to expel you, students. Okay, so bye, students, and keep reading.